What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Eagles Brawl pregame show, hosted by the Brawl Network and powered by Fanatics, Manscaped, and DraftKings, our only site to play daily fantasy sports. What's going on, everybody? It's Dallas Week. Giovanni in the house with the one and only Nick Hurts, the brother of the best tight end in Eagles history. Who, Giovanni, you put up a stat, and you're like, "I'm going to show Nick when we go on the show." Zach could make history today.
Yeah.
Let him know.
Let me pull it up real fast because I need to get this right because it's perfect. Let me get it.
I called him on a bad time.
Hey, in week 16, Zach Ertz is one reception away from passing Harold Carmichael for most catches against the Cowboys in Eagles history.
He needs that.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would love that. So Zach can make history today against the Cowboys and be the Eagles' leading reception against that team. That's nice. I want to see that happen. Hopefully it's on a touchdown. A couple touchdowns would be nice. I need some Zach Ertz touchdowns to end the season off.
I need two.
Yeah.
I need two. That'd be great. That'd be great for fantasy purposes and for DraftKings lineup purposes. He's very cheap on there. I would love to exploit that.
Yes.
How are we feeling about Dallas beat though, man? I feel like there's been no hype behind the Dallas beat. There has not been I'm jumping up and down watching what Jalen Hurts does against Dallas.
I know. I'm so excited to see him play.
I think the Eagles win big today. What are we thinking? What are the comments thinking? Let us know because I think the Eagles win big today. Giovanni said it earlier too. He thinks they win pretty convincingly.
Yeah.
What are you feeling, Nick?
31-6.
I don't mean this. And I saw Jerry Jones say this. Is like Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott remind me so much of each other. In terms of I don't think they wow you, to the Patrick Mahomes level on an individual play, but they'll always have a few of them where you're like, all right, this guy's this is not a fluke. It happens a couple times a game where they do some fantastic things. And they don't have these 80-yard touchdown passes and their stats are 400 yards. But next thing you know, at the end of the game, you're they just consistently put up yards and don't set your team backwards. So I would think it'd be honestly great to see Dak Prescott out there today. Because I feel like they're kind of the same. I mean, they're both, and they're even built the same way. They're both big, strong dudes that can run the same speed. But I mean, we just need Washington to lose and the Eagles to win and New York to continue to lose today.
Yep. Haskins is playing. Scary Terry's out. New York's getting crushed. Setting up the nice for a little bird's Christmas. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Not only that, I mean, let's just say Jalen Hurts is the future of this team. We don't know. Nobody knows right now. And it's not going to be decided this week, next week. It's not going to be decided anytime soon. It's going to be decided this offseason. But say he is the Eagles' future at quarterback, then he gets that playoff experience. And that's what you really need. I mean, we always say it for Carson. That's what the one thing people hate on Carson for is that he hasn't really played the playoffs. And when he did, of course, Javidian Clowney spearheaded him out of the game. But I think if you have a young quarterback and you want to build around a young quarterback, you want him to get playoff experience. What better way to get it right in your own backyard? Plus, at home, you're going to be playing at home since you're the division winner. I mean, I agree. I need an Eagles win for a late Christmas gift myself, too. I completely agree with that. Step one is happening. Giants are going down. Yes, they're getting destroyed. It's been rough. I've been watching back there. It's not pretty. Their offense is awful.
Yeah.
I don't know how he lost them. I don't know how the Eagles lost them.
The Ravens look so good again. The past 3 weeks, I feel like they've really buckled down.
The Ravens and the Steelers switch spots.
Exactly.
Completely. I mean, if you're watching what happens to the Steelers right now against the Colts, I feel oh man, I feel for the Steelers fans out there. They don't have a quarterback anymore. Big Ben's done.
They've got to be the worst over the past 3 weeks. They might be the worst team. The Steelers.
Yeah, on offense, yeah, absolutely, for sure. The Bills waxed them. Now they're doing really bad against Philip Rivers right now.
Juju Smith-Schuster just needs to stop dancing.
Yes, and it's funny you said that because this guy, he really comments on TikTok. Yeah, it's really all that. He said he stopped doing it though. He needs to stop doing it though. a lot of people debated about that too. If they thought that was a disrespectful thing, I think it is. I mean, I remember when T.O. used to go on to the Dallas Star and just like praise after he scored, and Dallas players were because of that. I mean, I would be mad if a player comes into my house and goes on to my logo. Imagine that happens at your house, Giovanni. A player like comes in, like a Dallas Cowboys player comes in, or Dallas Cowboys fan comes in and starts talking Cowboys on your podcast.
No.
Disrespect.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, we don't let that happen.
Nope.
None of that.
So, Gio, what are you looking forward to today in this game? Like, what are the things that you actually have your eyes on?
I have my eyes on Deshaun. Hopefully we can see a couple big plays by him. Because he is definitely going to be in this game, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Yeah. I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see Jalen Hurts. He just surprises me week to week. Every week it's just more exciting. Yeah, I'm just excited to see this offense, and hopefully Zach can beat that record.
Yes.
I agree, bro. I agree. I'm completely on that. I want to see. Deshaun Jackson and Jalen Hurts were training together a lot in Tampa during the offseason, so I feel like there's going to be some kind of connection there where Jalen feels comfortable targeting him early. He's going to be on a pitch count no matter what because he's coming back from injury, especially with Deshaun at his age. But I mean, look, this is it for Deshaun. This is it for him and Eagles Green. So to see something exciting happen with him, of course, I'm going to want that. I mean, he's one of the best wide receivers ever played for the Eagles. He's one of the most exciting players even in Eagles history. I would love to see him end it on a high note. Am I expecting it? No. Would I love it? Yes. But I want to see Jalen ball. That's all I want to see.
Yeah.
I just want to see Jalen ball. Against a bad defense, like there's a lot he can do today. I'm playing him on DraftKings. $7,000. That's an easy play.
Yeah.
Because that defense is historically bad. I'm ready for Jalen Hurts to go crazy on them. I just need. This is the week where I want to see Jalen Reagor be used right. Like this is the week where I want to see like you target your trusted tight end and Hurts. I mean, I felt like they built something when that 42-yard catch that Zach had last week. I thought that was probably like the nicest target he's had all year. Build upon that. Don't sit back and let that like flounder. Build upon that. Keep using your 12 personnel with Goddard and Ertz going crazy. Like let Fulgham get into the game plan, please. And then Matt Pryor got a block better. That's asking for a lot. That's asking for a lot, man. Look, Matt Pryor, hats off to him. He shouldn't be out there. He's a death defensive lineman. He's really not an offensive tackle. He's a guard. So due to his size, he is out there. But I feel for the guy because he's toast. They're playing against a pretty decent pass rush today too. DeMarcus Lawrence, Alden Smith, no slouches over there in Dallas. They have some pieces, but. I mean, they don't have a Jalen Hurts though. I like what you said, Nick. A lot of people are just comparing him to Dak. I can definitely see the similarities there because I remember when Dak was coming down, I was like, that kind of reminds me of Donovan McNabb. And now I've said multiple times, I think Jalen Hurts reminds me of McNabb a little bit in some ways that he plays the game. So I definitely see a resemblance there. But the one thing I take away from that is those quarterbacks always put their teams in position to win. It doesn't matter about the stats with those guys; they're winners. I'm on the sense of, look, I love Carson's stats, but the Eagles don't always win with Carson's stats. But with the Dallas, where I know Dak has been putting on some impressive stats the last couple of years, but before that, when they were a playoff team, he wasn't really impressive with the stats. He was just playing smart football, putting his team in position to win. I think Jalen Hurts can do the same exact thing. I think Jalen Hurts will have maybe not astronomical stats. He might never throw 33 touchdowns in 13 games like Carson did. But I'll tell you right now, he'll put your team in position to win, and he'll be a winner for your team no matter what.
Absolutely.
That's why I have faith in the Eagles quarterback position no matter what route they go in. And I continue to say it over and over again on this podcast, on these shows. I'm not really that worried yet. Like, I like both quarterbacks. And I know that everybody's like, you can't like both quarterbacks or they have to pick a side, but I don't care.
Why?
Like, they both wear Eagles green. Like,
why can't you pick both?
Seriously. Give me a good reason. Yeah, right. Give me a good reason, right, Giovanni? Like, that's a horrible reason to say that you can't. But
Yeah.
I agree with this though. The defense definitely needs to step up. They need to have a good defensive day. I think they could. Andy Dalton plays really safe. Now, don't get me wrong. Andy Dalton could be starting for a couple teams in this league right now. He could be starting for the Steelers back here behind me right now. But CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, they're always going to be scary no matter what, whoever the quarterback is. But with Josh Sweat being out, Derek Barnett potentially being out too, it's going to be a tough test for the defense to step up today. But your boy Alex Singleton, man, he's about to have 100 combined tackles, and he wasn't even starting halfway through the season. There are some good guys on this defense still. I'm hoping that there's just a guy that comes out of nowhere and steps up today. Like, what's a good example? Probably like a Vinny Curry, like, makes his presence known today. Jannard Avery comes out of nowhere, like he did against San Francisco. Something they need somebody on the defense to step up today. Maybe this is the Giovanna Hargrave really coming out party today, or Malik Jackson with more playing time makes his presence known. But I need somebody on this defensive line to carry the load even more today. True Eagles fan supports both. Heck yeah. Right, Gio?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's allowed. Giovanni said so. Who do you guys want to see step up today, though? Who? Oh, yep. Alex Smith is officially inactive. Dwayne Haskins is quarterback.
Ooh.
The stars are aligning. Nick, can you imagine all the conversations you had with Zach about this season and how awful it's been that they end up going to the playoffs still?
That'd be weird. It would just be weird. I think everyone would be like fairly bittersweet. But what's interesting is when you look at the potential like 7th seed, like the teams that they could play, I really don't think. Of course, I don't think they would go deep by any means. But I mean, the way they've looked the past 2 weeks, that team could beat the some of the wild card teams, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to say. I think that's what's the craziest part is like Rodney going out really hurts. But a somewhat healthy Eagles team going to the playoffs, and they play the same way they have the last 2 weeks. It's wild that they actually do have a chance, like against a team like the Bears who are struggling against the Jaguars. Like the cream still rises to the top, and it looks like the Chiefs are always the team that bring it. But there's so many teams that are 1 week you're like, oh my gosh, look at them, and the next week you're like, what happened? And that seems to be a lot of the teams in the wild card race in the NFC.
Absolutely. You hit on it, though. The injuries. Oh, it is tough. Losing Rodney McLeod is tough. But, I mean, for an offensive line that's struggling, if Brandon Brooks says I can go and we get in the playoffs, I'll be like, go, big fella. Get out there. We need you.
Yep.
We need you, big guy. Yeah, like, get it. That'd be one thing that could potentially happen. But the safety spot is just Jalen Mills. I think he's had a very good season, actually, for transitioning to safety. Fairly good. I'm not going to say very good, but fairly good season. Yeah, they would play the top wild card. Yep, I believe that if they would play the top wild card spot, it would be tough. But I think Jalen's played pretty well this season. Just need him to step up big time at safety. Rodney McLeod played a lot in the box. He blitzed a lot. He did a lot more. He played more of the Malcolm role this year than he did in years past, where he's really the center fielder of this team. Somebody needs to step up and play that Malcolm role, in the box, the getting after the quarterbacks, containing the run, making all the tackles. Hopefully, Jalen steps up and is able to replace that presence by Rodney. But I will say, Marcus Epps last week played pretty well.
Yeah.
I'll give it to him. I was surprised. Marcus Epps played pretty well. So, and then Uncle Jaquette, he came up from Vontae Maddox, and he played better than Vontae Maddox did all season on the outside, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Considering who he went up against. So, I mean, some of these guys that they have thrown in there, they're stepping up at the right time. And this is always what seems like it happens with the Eagles when the backups come in towards the end of the season and then they just find some magic with them. I don't get it. I never will understand it at all. Because who else has been stepping up lately and the magic's been flowing with them? Greg Ward. Like that Greg Ward magic he had last year is back now, guys. He's had, 3 touchdowns in the last 3 games? I mean, he's here. He's back. He's proven to be Jalen's one of the most reliable targets. And it's not that surprising. I mean, they've had relationships back since their ties to Houston. But, I mean, is again another season where the unlikely faces step up and propel the Eagles to the playoffs. When Wentz started with Hurts still played. Why isn't there any plays with Wentz? You're asking a question that everybody asks, man. I can't. I don't know what to tell you. Honestly, I really don't. I've said it a couple times on this pod where I just think that, and Gio said it himself. I thought it was perfect that Doug knows how to coach the backup quarterback better than he knows how to coach a starting quarterback. I think they just let Wentz be Wentz and let Wentz play out of it whenever he needs to, and they trust him to do so. With Jalen, he's a rookie, and they scale him back, and he's the backup. So they scale back completely and tailor the offense to his liking. I just don't think Doug and Carson are on the same page this season. I don't see it happening at all. I see a huge game for BG. I completely agree, Emily. I completely agree.
Yeah, I like that.
I have a couple of questions. Some Birds make it to the Super Bowl. Wentz being healthy, will they keep him on the bench, being that he missed the first due to the injury? Yes. If they make it to the Super Bowl and they get there because of Jalen, you don't pull him. No way. They keep him on the bench. They would have to keep Jalen in there for sure. And then if Jalen rides the Eagles to the Super Bowl, then he just answered the question of who's the starting quarterback going forward. Obviously him. He takes
really
this mess to the Super Bowl.
I don't see any way we could make it to the Super Bowl and win this year.
The most positive fan. They did it with McNabb. What do you mean? McNabb played the whole entire season and went to the Super Bowl. I don't know what you got with that one, Damon. He played the whole season. He went to the Super Bowl that year. Need BG to get double digits in the next 2 weeks. Yes, I would love Brandon Graham to get 10 sacks on the season.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. It needs to happen. Oh God, that'd be so awesome to see. I completely agree. Guys, who have we been thinking for our Manscaped MVP picks? I was wondering.
I told you mine last night.
Ooh, I know. That's why I'm ready for you to go first. You can go first and announce it while my dogs get all excited about it in the background.
I got Jalen Hurts again because I've been picking him and he's been showing up and he's just been improving. I can't wait to see him start his first Dallas week. I think he's going to play very well. I think he's going to throw some dots.
We got Miles Sanders here, and we got BG as the other pick. Nick, who do you got this week?
That was mine, Miles Sanders.
Yeah, I was feeling a Miles Sanders pick too. A lot of people are taking my answer now, so I'm going to have to switch it up on the fly, but I agree. I think Miles Sanders has a big week this week. He has found his way into some of my DraftKings lineup as well. Who on the Cowboys defense is stopping Miles Sanders, though, honestly? Like, really, honestly. Those linebackers, Jalen Smith has fallen off a cliff talent-wise.
Yeah.
I still believe in Leighton Vander Esch, but, I mean, his neck is always a problem. Sean Lee, I'm not really worried about at this point in his career. The safeties? What safeties? I'm not worried about anybody in the Dallas Cowboys defense going against Miles Sanders. I think this is the week that Miles Sanders could pop off. And now that Doug wants to use him more with Jalen back there as quarterback, let's rock. I definitely think it could be Miles Sanders. BG.
I think Miles Sanders gets 2 rushing touchdowns and over 100 yards. Definitely.
Please. Please. From your lips to God's ears to my bank account, baby. Please. Please. That would be fantastic. I think he could do it, though. I definitely think he could do it for sure. 2 touchdown seeds. I'll tell you right now, they'll have 2 rushing touchdowns. It might not just be Sanders just getting both of them, because I think this guy's going to get one. And Boston Scott, I'm not sleeping on him either. I think they really used the run well today. Oh, yeah, I agree. Miles Sanders going to light Dallas on fire. My Manscaped MVP pick is going to be Alex Singleton, because I think in this game Dallas is going to try to run the ball a lot. They have Tony Pollard, who is no slouch. I think they're going to run the ball a lot. I think Alex is going to be all around the ball. I think you're going to see him step up for the lack of guys along the defensive line. I think Jim Schwartz, fingers crossed, might blitz more with the lack of guys on the defensive line. And if they are going to blitz more, who better than blitz than Alex Singleton? So Alex Singleton's going to be my Manscaped MVP pick this week. I love it. But I think we all got some great picks in. I think Giovanni, I'm always feeling yours because Jalen Hurts has been on fire the last couple weeks. So I'm feeling Nick's pick this week in the comments too. I'm feeling it. Miles Sanders, I think it's gonna be a big week for him. I definitely think it.
Mhm.
Let's get into some score predictions real quick though, guys, because my DraftKings play of the week game is either going to be Jalen Hurts or Miles Sanders. Whoever you pick, you're correct.
I got my 31-6 Braves win.
30.
I love it. If they beat them that badly, though, that'd be so nice. I know Dallas fans won't care because of how the season's gone and Dak being out, but I would love that beatdown.
I do like the 31. I was going to go with that, but I was going to go 31-17.
31-17. Ooh, I like it. All right. I forget what I said earlier, Giovanni, so don't crush me for it. But I'm still going to go in the huge route. I want to go 34-24.
I think earlier you went 34 to like 14.
All right. I'm going to stick with 34-24 only because I don't want to say I fear these guys, but like with Dalton back there at quarterback, it's not Ben DiNucci this time. And with the way the secondary is looking, they do have CeeDee Lamb, they do have Amari Cooper, they do have Michael Gallup, and Andy Dalton is no slouch. He can start for a handful of teams right now and win for them as a starting quarterback. I do think they're going to put up points, but I don't think that they'll be able to contain the Eagles putting on points, and which is weird to say. You would never expect to say that about the Eagles' offense, but Jalen's different. His offense is different with Jalen. I think it could be exciting against a really bad defense with a really bad defensive coordinator, Mike Nolan, today. I'm excited, guys.
Me too.
Giovanni, you usually make those hype videos. You usually make those speeches. I want to hear that, and I want to hear some crazy predictions to end the show real quick.
All right. So I think that Dallas this week is going to be really, really lit. I think that our team is going to come out, especially the defense. I think Alex Singleton will have a game. BG will have a game. I think hopefully Mills will have a game. I think his game is past overdue. I think he needs it. I think that Hurts hopefully will have 2 touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. And I think he throws over 100 yards.
I love it. Definitely think
like
so too. I think he's gonna have another offensive explosion like last week. I think so. I'll give him rushing touchdown, over 250 yards passing, and he'll put up 80 rushing yards on the ground, something like that. Around those lines. I like it. I also think Michael Jackwood. I always mess this guy's last name. I'm sorry, man. Michael Jackwood has an interception today. I do think he picks off Dalton. Because I think he'll be on Michael Gallup the most, and Gallup's not a burner. He's a great wide receiver, but I think those two will have a physical matchup today. I think Jackwood will come away with a pick. That's my crazy pick. That's my bold pick of the game.
Mine's going to be a 300-100 for Jalen Hurts.
Oh my God, I would love it. Offensive Rookie of the Week performance for sure then.
Yeah.
Let's see, he puts that up. He's getting that. No doubt.
Yeah.
Everybody's loving the Jalen Hurts training today. I love it. I mean, the guy is contagious. I had to get his jersey immediately. The guy is contagious.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Again, shout out to the Hurts family for the fundraiser for Giovanni and his just crazy. The reception that we got from that earlier too was amazing. Everybody winning. If you haven't already listened to it, we'll put up the names later today when the game's over, since the timelines isn't filled with all these game takes. But Nick, your family is the best.
You guys are crushing it. You guys all come together and are doing a great job and a great thing. For an okay dude.
I'm okay.
We were talking about earlier. I was like, we even told everybody on air, like, yeah, we're all friends now in like real life. Like, we have a group chat where we talk about the Birds, DraftKings, and Xbox. Like, it's a real thing. Like, this isn't fake. Yeah, I want to see Don't we all, Matt?
Yeah,
Honestly, don't we
we
all?
just need one more. And
Like,
Yeah.
if this is it for him, I need to see at least a great couple games, and then even in the playoffs, like throw out the stats and just lean on Hurts in the playoffs, like for that one hurrah if this is it.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, please.
something.
Thank you, Emily. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Meanies Birds recap tomorrow. Giovanni records with the 4th and John crew of Gale and E-Rock. And we'll be giving you content all throughout the week. Meanies Birds recap is going to be joined by Ed Cross tomorrow, by the way, too, and our co-host Tyler Steggy, as always. So thank you guys for tuning in. Nick, thanks for joining us. As always, you are like a member. You're an honorary member of Eagles Brawl. Always. You are a part of the team. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate it.